Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to ADP Art Creations, guys. How you guys doing today? I am so excited. This is a great Friday. Um all is well, we take it day by day. We're going to bring y'all all this everything that we know. We're going to continue to do this. Started The day started out with Keisha and Tony doing their show this morning. I missed it, so I got to go back and watch that on the playback. Then we had Bro Clyde, Steady Server Entertainment, drop off some more knowledge. And now it's ADP coming to you guys with the history of basketball as usual as we continue to watch our vets and history repeat itself, but history in a great way. These women are starting to get their just dues, and I'm all here for it. I am so excited. My passion is so in the heart of the people, and wanting everybody to win this season. We got a big season coming up. I have a little bit of suggestions. Look, teams, the same way that's they're marketing one particular team. This is the time, teams, market your own teams. Keep marketing your own teams because we see what they're trying to do, but we're for all teams. I can say this year I'll probably have 100 teams because they have all of our players, scattered out to different teams, and we want to support our players, or whatever. I'm gonna tap into the 1930 all black women basketball team history with that today, and then I'm gonna talk about Tspoon and Ty being on the same prime sports show. Look at God, right? So I'm also going to get into that too. But first of all, let me drop some knowledge on you guys as usual. Thank you guys for always supporting. I wanted to bring that to your attention because shout out to AC Chi-Town for sending me this one, and shout out to my Janine because they are keeping me on my toes and they see the passion in what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do. So it's great to like receive information to let you guys become aware of, right? So let's go. Okay. Um yeah, so I just want to tell you guys, welcome back. So today we're going to go back into the 1930s, long before the WNBA, long before the NIL deals, long before women's basketball got the spotlight it deserved. We're talking about all black women's basketball teams who were hooping during segregation, especially the legendary Philadelphia Tribunes. Sorry. These women weren't just playing basketball, they were making history. The Philadelphia Tribunes were connected to the black newspaper, the Philadelphia Tribune, and they became one of the most dominant women's teams of their time. They played in an era where black women had to fight for space, they had to fight for respect, they had to fight for travel opportunities, and they had to fight for fair com- competition, right? Um, so yeah, this is what these women were up against during this time of having this all black women's team. The center of this greatness was Aura Washington. Okay, put some respect on her name. I will be dropping a little probably fun fact on Aura Washington, so you guys can get to know who she was. But let me just drop a little bit on you so you guys can mess around and find out over here at ADP Art Creations that Aura Washington was different. She was a star in both basketball and tennis, and she dominated at a time when black women athletes rarely were given national recognition. On the court, she was tough, skilled, and respected. She helped show black women belong in sports history, not as a side note, but as a leader, right? And what makes this story so powerful is that these women were building a legacy without the resources athletes have today. No big TV contracts, no social media hype, no $1 million sponsorships, just talent, pride, discipline, and love for the game. So when we go in to talk about our stars like Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Kenny Carter, Juju Watkins, Flajay Johnson, Camila Cardoso, we have to remember that women who came before them, the Philadelphia Tribune and players like Aura Washington helped open the door. They were not just basketball players, they were pioneers, they were champions, they were the forgotten queens of the court. This is why ADP is here to remind you guys about the unforgotten. We're gonna make them the unforgotten queens. They place them in the forgotten. Well, guess what? They're not forgotten anymore over here, right? And let me run through. Let me run through and give you a quick breakdown of what I just what I just went over, so you guys can remember. Okay, so this team was formed. It was formed early 1930s in Philadelphia. It was sponsored by the newspaper Philadelphia Tribune, considered one of the best women's teams of the era, regardless of race. Dominated competition, often playing against white teams despite segregation. Star player was Aura Washington during this time, one of the greatest multi-sports athletes ever. Also a tennis champion in black national tournaments, known for her dominance in basketball, scoring, defense, and leadership. Why does this matter? In the 1930s, the US was still under segregation, so black women's teams had limited opportunities. Teams like the Tribunes traveled and played independently, building their own legacy. They helped lay the foundation for today's women's basketball, long before the leagues like the WNBA existed. Early other black teams, while the Tribunes are the most famous, there were others like the Chicago Romos, the New York All Stars. These teams were part of a growing movement of black women athletes creating space for themselves in sports. Okay, so that's the rundown. And the follow up of what I was trying to explain to you guys about the 1930s women's team. Um, and yes, guys, it's very important. Hey, Bree Minor, how are you? I love the 1935 era. Angel Reese's grandmother played ball. It wasn't the 1930. It wasn't the 1935 league. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bree Minor. See, I love it because sometimes you have to remind them. Sometimes, you have to rewind it back. You know what I'm saying? That, black women in sports, and women in sports generally, they had to fight. It had to be a starting point. So we can't forever forget the foundation of basketball while we're dealing with the new CBA and everything that comes along with it. What I'm seeing now, that I would say, far as the WNBA, they could have been pushing this regardless of the fact. Not wait till CBA come out, because these women like Tspoon, Cheryl Swoops, and Cynthia Coop, they have their platforms. They and Cheryl Miller, they had platforms they were going on. They have their socials up. They have analyst shows and things that they have been on. You know what I'm saying? In the past, but you didn't see the W ever bringing those shows up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we would know them because we're on the socials, we're on the YouTubes and all that kind of stuff. But you would hear maybe the W mention them here and there. But the marketing skills that the Hey She Wiz, the marketing skills that the W got, they have to improve. But because they are on Momo. Okay, he's doing this thing, guys. Because Happy Friday, She Wiz. Because they are on a thing of promoting mostly one team. Yeah, they're promoting the other teams, but they're very funny acting when it comes to all the rest of the teams. And this is why I say the team's going to have to start marketing themselves. They have the power to do it. We have the outlets. They can do just like we do. They got 4 social medias, if not more social medias. The main ones, you got the Twitter, you have You have the Twitter, you have the IG, you have the threads, you have the TikToks, you have so many other media outlets that you could bring to the attention of, about your teams that they're not doing. So as podcasters, content creators, whatever the case may be, we have to continue to uplift these teams. And like Keisha said yesterday, um, we have to make sure we're tuned in for our team shows. We got to make sure what channels they're on. We as fans have to watch so that the other teams can be represented too. If we leave it up to the W to represent all the other teams except for the one that they got at the top of the highlight of the sunshine, then we're going to be in trouble. So that's why I said the teams are going to have to learn to market themselves. I wanted to run it back to the 1930s with this all-black basketball women's team, because we know how powerful we are. And like I keep saying, when we stand together, we win together. When we get in all these shenanigans, this what happens. But I wanted to bring this. I'm going to play this small clip. He does have a video on YouTube. It's about 4 minutes long, talking about the 1930s. But I don't want to take away from him, his content, because it's really good and educational in those 4 minutes. But he did do a clip. So I'm going to run his clip to you guys so you can actually get an idea of what these women look like and what I'm talking about for us, the 1930s all women's black women all basketball team. Okay, so I'm going to play that right quick. Let me see. Okay, I had to find the guys. I was like, can I see the light, Caroline? Let me take it. Okay.
All-black women basketball team. Did you know that in 1935, an all-black women's basketball team in Cleveland played a unique role in both sports and politics? Sponsored by City Councilman Lawrence O. Payne, the team of 8 women wore uniforms emblazoned with "Payne for Council," proudly representing their community and supporting his campaign. This wasn't just a publicity stunt. These women were part of a broader movement of black women athletes during the Black Fives era, a time when African Americans were excluded from mainstream basketball leagues and had to form their own teams, leagues, and competitions. These players were pioneers. They competed with skill, discipline, and determination at a time when opportunities for black women in sports were extremely limited. They helped build community pride and showed the world that African American women could excel athletically, even in a segregated society. While the NBA and professional leagues were decades away from integration, teams like Cleveland's 1935 squad laid the groundwork for future generations of athletes, influencing women's basketball and inspiring young players in their neighborhoods. The Black Fives era is a crucial but often overlooked chapter of sports history. Teams like this one weren't just about winning games, they were about representation, empowerment, and breaking barriers. Cleveland's all-black women's team reminds us that history isn't only found in textbooks, it lives on the court, in the stories of athletes who challenged societal limits long before the spotlight of professional sports reached them. Next time you watch a basketball game, remember the unsung heroes of the Black Fives era and the trailblazing women who helped shape the game we know today. All-black women basketball team. Did you know that in 1935, an all-black women's basketball team in Cleveland played a unique role in both sports and politics?
Okay, guys, I'm just going to play it one more time for the ones that are just coming in. I'm going to play it one more time and then we'll follow up. Okay?
Politics. Sponsored by City Councilman Lawrence O. Payne, the team of 8 women wore uniforms emblazoned with "Payne for Council," proudly representing their community and supporting his campaign. This wasn't just a publicity stunt. These women were part of a broader movement of black women athletes during the Black Fives era, a time when African Americans were excluded from mainstream basketball leagues and had to form their own teams, leagues, and competitions. These players were pioneers. They competed with skill, discipline, and determination at a time when opportunities for black women in sports were extremely limited. They helped build community pride and showed the world that African American women could excel athletically, even in a segregated society. While the NBA and professional leagues were decades away from integration, teams like Cleveland's 1935 squad laid the groundwork for future generations of athletes, influencing women's basketball and inspiring young players in their neighborhoods. The Black Fives era is a crucial but often overlooked chapter of sports history. Teams like this one weren't just about winning games, they were about representation, empowerment, and breaking barriers. Cleveland's all-black women's team reminds us that history isn't only found in textbooks, it lives on the court, in the stories of athletes who challenged societal limits long before the spotlight of professional sports reached them. Next time you watch a basketball game, remember the unsung heroes of the Black Fives era and the trailblazing women who helped shape the game we know today. All black.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So let me get in here. Hey, Reminder was first today to class, everybody, just so you know. But hey, She Wiz, hey, Donna, hey, Belinda, hey, Miss D, hey, BD. Okay. So yes, guys. AC Showtown sent this to me. So kudos to AC Showtown for allowing me to share this with you guys. You know, some people see the vision in you, so they'll send you things. And I was like, man, I missed this one. But yeah, so it's great that we have to run it back, because I'm starting to see, like I said, I'm starting to see more of our vets getting analyst jobs, doing all different kind of things, commercials and stuff. And this is where I say I'm glad and I'm proud, but the W should have been doing this before. They should have already been doing this. Belinda said, we as African Americans are so resilient. This is so informative. Thank you, Belinda. Yeah, it's very, look, we have to always remember the foundation that started it all. And no matter how far it goes back, you know what I'm saying? History is what is history, and it needs to be repeated and reminded for those that who are unaware, that don't know, coming in as new fans or have been a part of the sport. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we forget. We don't remember every single thing. We know some of the history, but we don't know all the history. Yes, BD, you coming over here, you go get it, right? And sometimes we got to be reminded. So when they say, such and such did this, such and such did this, we'd be like, okay, let's run it back. Don't ever get it twisted, because we are always a target, and no matter what we do, and for some reason, we're a threat to the sports world. I mean, let's keep it 100. We are, and sometimes you got to even remind those, because they watching too, that hey, minority got something going on. We got something going on. We started this, and we're not gonna stop. You try to silence us out. You try to move us out. You took out most of our we don't even have any more head women black coaches in the W. You try to take all the coaches out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got a little here and there, but I'm just saying, like, because of the money that's going on now you want to be a part of the plan. No, you should have been a part of the plan a long time ago. Okay, so you want to do that? This is why I had to put these two together when I run in to talk about Tspoon. Oh, I put Cets. That's supposed to be vets. Y'all excuse that misspell up there. I'll fix it, guys. But yeah, this is why I had to run this back first, so that I can come and introduce what Tspoon, Ty Young have going on, Swin Cash. It's just beautiful to see it, guys. So I'm gonna show that after this. But I always want to remind you guys before we get into this big season, because it's gonna be something. Like I say, buckle your seatbelts, because we're gonna be watching the game. We're gonna have some shenanigans. We're gonna have some surprise trades. I'm just saying, this is what I'm looking at. We're gonna have some surprise trades. We're gonna have some cuts from the teams. All that stuff is built in. Coming. We got preseason games starting on Saturday, and we just got so much stuff going on, guys, that we got to run it back as much as we can, so that it can go with the flow. The history goes with today's flow, period, right? And I don't want anybody that has paved the way in the sport that we love to be forgotten. So if I got to dig up into the 1930s, 40s, 50s, or whatever when it comes to sports, this is what we need to do. We always lay the blueprint. Yes, we do, Donna. We always. And that's why we got to look, make sure they don't forget. And we have to make sure we run it back, and break it down. And it don't take much. See how quick that, me talking about that, what I'm saying, and breaking it down where what I'm saying, you get an understanding. Hey, at least if I don't get nothing out of look outside of this, I know we had a 1930 all black women's team and they did their thing through the segregation, through fight after fight after fight after fight. And no, don't get it twisted. Just because these women got the CBA, the fight is not over. And just like that's why I keep going back to, I'm seeing what they're doing. We all have been seeing what they are doing. This is why I say WNBA teams, within your team, you are going to have to market your own teams. They are doing it again like they did last year. They pick and choose who they want to uplift for as teams. It's one particular team that they have to uplift. And why can't we uplift all the teams, right? And this is what they're gonna have to do. Yes, the W do their little thing, but the teams are gonna have to do it themselves. Keep doing the drops on the your team doing the TikToks. I love what the Dream is doing. They got them look on the computer, typing social media inspirations for the day and all that kind of stuff. We've seen that with Okai and Angel and Jordan Canada, and of course Alicia Gray and Ron Howard. I mean, and just it's Connecticut Suns showing BG split. This is what I'm talking about marking your players and your teams yourself. Because if you depend fully on the WNBA organization to do it, okay, I don't know what to tell you. Miss D said, no, it's not over. They have to go back every year and make it better. Right, Miss D. What you looking for, Casey? You want what?
I want this paper.
You can get some color pencils out my bucket. Hold on, guys.
I want to get book.
It's in here. Yeah, no, you have to use the color pencils here. Here, where's the color pencil bucket? Here.
Oh.
Here, Casey. Right here. Here. I don't know what you're gonna find. I got all of them here. Here. I don't know what you want. You say you want a paper, but okay. Yeah. So, BD said you got to do a segment on Ruthie Bolden one day. ADP. I did do Ruthie, if I'm not mistaken, BD. Let me check because I think I did her already, but I'll go back and check. Did I do her, guys? I don't know. I'll go back and check and I'll make sure I do her too. But I think I did her, but we'll see. I'll check back. Thank you, BD. I appreciate it. But yeah, so this is why we have to run it back. And then I'm seeing, history repeat itself with Tspoon, right? And she had did this. She was at this event mentoring, and she was on fire. This was recent. I was like, dang, I got to do another segment on T. And then on top of that, then all of a sudden the analyst came. And guys, I'm always in the socials, and Ty Young, she always responded. She always, like, every day she's doing inspirational, God this, inspirational this, that, and she's so intelligent, right, when she's dropping those gems. So I'm in the comments and stuff like that, and I had just said, I see you. I said, if this is something that you want to do, I said, I see you being an analyst. And I didn't know. That was like 3 weeks ago, right? And look what we see, right? But this is a perfect example if we run it back. And I'm gonna say this like this: no matter how hard they try to disrespect, no matter how hard they try to replace, we always come back. This is a perfect example as I said again, of God's favor. And and what the enemy means for your bad, God turns it around for your good. The Cloud organization went after Tspoon, went after Kennedy Carter, went after Angel, and Miller. We got you, Miller. We got you. We got you. And I love the way Miller responds to things. You just gotta love Miller responses. But yeah, so and Ty Young, because remember Ty was a part of Teaspoon staff. This is a perfect example where you have to mess around and find out how God works and the way that He works. And so, what did He do? Teaspoon went to Unrivaled. Now Teaspoon is getting ready to be an analyst and all this kind of stuff. I'm getting ready to, guys. I'm getting ready to put it down. I'm so hyped up right now because Swin Cash is up there. Y'all know how they did Swin Cash. After she was over there for 6 years and just different stuff that Swin had to go through too, like Cynthia Cooper. Guys, these women have been through the trials and tribulations of not just their basketball life, their personal life, and they're still standing. And then the fact that they're running it back, allowing these women to have platforms. Do you know when you have Black intelligent women on a platform like I can only imagine. It's going to be epic, right? I saw that Teaspoon's speeches be powerful. Miss D, I still remember Teaspoon speech about the frogs. Y'all gotta check that out. She did that at a award ceremony where she talked about them frogs. Ty and Spoon gonna be analysts for the WNBA. Let me tell you what I'm gonna show you guys that next. Let's get into it. Let me stop this screen. Let me bring it up. Let me close out some of this stuff because that way I have room to put more stuff up. Do I want to do it from here? Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you guys stuff from share screen. Okay. We're going to share it. Let me see. Do I go to? Don't want to go. Okay. I'll do this first. I'm going to announce all the people up here first, and then we'll do a breakdown. Some I know and some I don't. Yes, you do. You see it up there. You're going to see it up there. Don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? Don't come for me when I show you everybody on the screen, okay? I'm going to show you all the people that's involved in this. And yeah. Here we go. So we have our girl. Okay, so Ty Young, she's gonna be the studio analyst. We have Allie Clifton, she's the host. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cynthia Cooper, okay, game and studio analyst. We have Lindsay Harding, studio analyst. We have Teresa Weatherspoon, studio analyst. We have Candace Parker, game and studio analyst. We have Michael Grady, play-by-play. We have Lisa Byington, play-by-play. We have Mike Watts, play-by-play. We have Lachina Robinson, game analyst. We have Kara Lawson, game analyst. We have sideline reporter JD Dyer. What you looking for, Momo? No markers. You have to use color pencils. We have Kayla Gray.
So cool.
I know it's cool, baby. Sideline reporter. Morgan Reagan, sideline reporter. So those are the people that are going to be a part of this show. Yes, Miss D, the frog speech for the HOF ceremony. Yes. Yeah, that is a good group, right? It's a good group. And now let me show you let me show you the other thing that's on. Let me stop screen and share this one on IG. Uh-oh. Okay, I gotta go back. Okay. So now this is on IG. This is the giving a breakdown. Okay. So Prime Video is stacking its broadcast roster ahead of a major new chapter in the WNBA coverage, adding Hall of Famers Cynthia Cooper, Teresa Weatherspoon, alongside Kira Lawson, Lachina Robinson, Lindsey Harding, and Ty Young to its studio analyst lineup. The expanded team joins previously. Sorry, guys. The expanded team joins previously announced voices including Candace Parker, Swin Cash, and Michael Grady as the platform prepares to stream 30 regular season games, the Commissioner Cup Championship, and postseason matchups as part of a long-term global rights agreement spanning more than 220 countries. Okay. The coverage, guys, this coverage begins May 14th with a doubleheader and signals a broader push position women's basketball more prominently across Prime Video's growing live sports portfolio. You got Tspoon grateful. Prime Video built a super team for its WNBA coverage. Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. Like I mean, we have so many great things coming out, so many analysts that are coming that are going to be on covering sports coverage, guys. So as they come up, I'm going to remind you. But Cynthia Cooper, okay, Houston Comets, like the way that they put it together, they got it from you got the vets, you have NCAA, you have Ty Young, a vet, look, and was an assistant coach. You have Cynthia Cooper, a GOAT. All these GOATs and legends, you have them up here with the new. So it's mixing a mixture of everything. And Swin Cash, I love when Swin talk. Swin is look, she a diva. Yes, Prime is getting to that bag. Yep, they're like, wait a minute. Look, Donna, they see everybody else doing their thing, coming out with their shows, but the way that they set it up, you get some of everything. You know what I'm saying? You get different personalities up there, and I love when Tspoon speaks, so I know her analysis is gonna be on top tier. I already know that. They're gonna help CP get her mind right. Yeah, because not everybody's gonna they not gonna be all with that, that division type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's time out for all that. It's time for us to come together and you can do that other stuff on your own show, your personal opinions and all that kind of stuff if that's what you want to do. But when it comes to shows like this is what teamwork makes a difference. This is what the people want to see. You start losing people's focus when you start having a lot of divisions and all that kind of shenanigans on your shows. Miss D said, I hope so, Donna, because she lost it. And different eras, which is awesome, right, BD? Like the way they put that team together, and in 220 countries, they on a mission. I mean, you'd be surprised of how many countries watch sports or into sports. You would really be surprised. It's not just the I want to say United, but we are so the states. Okay, the states, because we far from United. But anyway, that's just ADP opinion. But yeah, you want to see that, BD. It's past time for it. Yes, we love our new generation of players. We love our next to the new generation of players, but we also love the foundation of it all, whatever sport it is in, whether it's male or female. We like that history. We love the foundation of how it started. I love watching former WNBA players speak about the game. I do too, because especially Bree Minor, especially in vets, you can sit down and they be like, you be all into it because they tell them stories. You know how they say like our grandparents go back and they always tell those good stories. Oh man, you could just imagine. It's like somebody like a Swin Cash, Cynthia Cooper, and Tspoon. They take you back. So as they're talking about the new game, you can remember, hey, yeah, I saw that in your game. Even if you got to go back and rewatch it, I saw this in your game. These women weren't just average basketball players; they were phenomenal. You got the championship women up in here. You hear me? So and you got Tspoon, man. If nobody else don't remember nothing, they remember that shot, right? About Tspoon. But Tspoon, it wasn't just shooting that shot in that game. Tspoon was more than that. More than just a coach, more than just coaching the ladies. Tspoon is the foundation of a real genuine person who wants to see everybody succeed, in my opinion. Uh, Me too. They can't give detailed commentary on what the players are feeling. Um me too. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so this is why I said we had to run it back. This is why when stuff come up, when our faves come up or whoever comes up when it's concerning the vets and stuff, these are the things we need to watch. And guys, they're letting us know ahead of time, where they're gonna be, when it's gonna start, what's their agenda, what's their focus. They're letting us know that this is how it's getting ready to go down. So we don't have no excuse, guys, to not be alert of what's going on in the W as it continues to make progress and, or whatever. And that's why I said it's important that these vets are allowed to speak their truth in more ways than one. Belinda said, it is so much that I learned about these players once I hear their stories past and present. Right, Belinda. And then look, and so what happens too is that social media be dropping gems here and there, but a lot of people don't pay attention to it, and as stuff come along like this CBA, now they want to boom 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 post these players and stuff. But Teaspoons, Swin Cash, and Ty Young, all of them, they've been making themselves known. They got YouTube channels. They're all on the socials. It's just what's your cup of tea? And for me, my cup of tea is all the players. I want to know if I'm rooting for certain players and they on my dog list, DAWG list, okay, period, not adoption list. I want to know these players. I had to go back and watch some of Kennedy games. I had to go back and watch some of Angel Reese games. And let's shout out to Big Girl. Big Girl's at ADP. How you learn some things, you go back and watch the game. You watch how the person play. You have to have their history tied to their game. And all of it, mental health, all of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? And now it's great that the players don't have to hide inside of a box with their mental. They can be free to say, hey, I have these changes going on, but I'm still fighting. I'm still want to play the game, not just for myself, but for my fans too, as I'm going through everything. Bree Weiner, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Bree Weiner said, hey, you talking about that shot over my comments? Yeah. That shoot your light out shot. Yeah. See, Chelsea Gray ain't the only one shoot the lights out. Tspoon said, look, I got you. And look, Bree Weiner on the award show, when she had her girls up there, she had Swoops. I think she had Cynthia Cooper and she had I believe she had Tina Thompson. I think she had Tina Thompson, Cheryl Swoops, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper up there, and she was like, yeah, they be joking, but Cheryl Swoops was like, she remember Cheryl Swoops saying, yeah, Can we just be thinking about the winning of the championship? But she said everybody remembers that shot that Tspoon made. Yeah. Thank you, Rasheen. I see you in there. Uh, can't tell WNBA story without CP. Okay, BD. I think that is you can, but we'll see. I guarantee you, she'll be herself, but it'll be a different side. Cause see, you know, when you have your own shows, you just say whatever you want. But when you have a show like this, uh, it's okay to have a different of opinion. Like I said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. A lot of times, so nobody's forgetting CP's what she's done for the basketball world. I mean that's in there, can't be changed. It is what it is. What takes away from that is what comes out your mouth. And this is why you have to be careful how you put your mouth on people. Period. No matter who you are, or whatever, because you have those, you know what I'm saying, you have those platforms. And to repeatedly keep doing it, you know, that's something else, you know, that is something else. But you know, we're having all these vets and championship women up here and everybody's coming together. It doesn't have to be centered on one individual. It They have a good they have a good crew, a good cast, and it's gonna be great. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, we can never take away someone's game and what they contributed to the game. But what we can do is stand up for what's right, no matter if they had a great year, great season, got championships, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you have to be the voice to speak up. You have to. This is exactly what some people want. They don't want you to say nothing. They want you to put up and shut up. They don't want you to defend. If I'm a defend on the court, why can't I defend myself to you guys? You know what I'm saying? Period. And you get tired. You get tired of it. So, you know, we're gonna see. We're gonna wish everybody the best this year. I tell you, everybody, look, we starting over with everybody get a fresh start. BD, they're gonna get a fresh start. You can, you know, it's not forgotten, and but you can still show the respect of the game. Put it like that, or whatever. Um, I see. Big girl said, "Big girl, you something else." Bree Minor said Tspoon had all of her girls from the comments with her doing her HOF introduction. Yeah, Bree Minor. So it was okay. I just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, when I'm saying something, I remember it in my head. So I want to make sure it's right, that I'm saying it right. ADP, exactly. But currently, she got to be real about the game and on all the players, truthfully, not be biased. Right. And this is where that bias stuff gonna be blocked out. You know what I'm saying? She does. She has to. She at some point, whether you want to or not, you're gonna have to, because Donna, you could be that way, but the way, man, that's why I say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing, because it's repeated behavior that you're doing. Why? That's something she's gonna have to answer to herself. You know what I'm saying? Why do you continue to do things like that when you are considered one of the great players and a part of this women's history? You know? And now, like I said, since we have all these socials, we're not about that life. We're not about that life, because if you are in that era of tearing one woman down to lift one woman up, this podcast ain't for you. You don't have to show up. You don't have to be here, because that's not what we're doing. But we are going to keep it real, and we are going to call a spade as a spade. So you can't get mad or be in your feelings and think that we forgot about a player's game. We don't forget about a player's game. We just showing you the actions speak louder than words. And her actions are speaking louder than her words. So we're going to see as she get up here with more vets and more people around her, how we see her doing. That's what we're going to see. But we can't be fake and blind-eyed to what's going on. You have to call it out, whether you want to or not, whether it's your favor or not. You have to call it out. I can't wait when the Fever games come up and they have to talk about CC. Well, they're gonna talk about it all, and that's all you can ask for. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna have. That's why I say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it's gonna depend who it's coming from, and how they say it. Some people will probably agree with a lot of things, but it come out different. So yeah, Ms. D, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, definitely Bree Minor workplace dynamics at its finest. Definitely. Um 44 Fever games this year. That didn't just happen. Why is this in my way? Hold on. Let me see. I don't know. Let me show it. What did BD say? 44 games this year. That didn't just happen in a vacuum, folks. BD, we are fully aware. We know that. Look, we know that. We are fully aware of that one. If you're not fully aware, I don't know what to say, right? Especially the ones that's been watching it. And let them have sometimes let them have those 44 games. I was just surprised and shocked, and I was trying to run it through my head like how and everything like that. But okay, we get what you continually are going to do, right? But our focus is not mainly on it. We are aware of it. We're shocked about it. We said what we had to say about it, but we have so many other teams in this league besides one particular team. And for me, I'm going to have my favorite teams, and I'm gonna have my 100 teams because they got my players all spread out, or whatever and stuff. And you notice every time they try to force something on us, it backfires. So have as many games as you want. Have a circus with it. I don't care. At this point, because I already know this is the crazy thing. When people start to do things and they can get away with it, they keep doing the same thing. It's like repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. They don't change up. They just keep doing it. So you're fully aware of what they're doing and how they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new. And that's okay. So what we got to do is we got to make sure we're uplifting. We got these socials, we got these platforms. Make sure we're uplifting all the teams that we want to uplift, because not everybody like every team, and that's okay. But make sure that out of all of that, we still respect them as teams, because that's what it's gonna take. And they're gonna keep pushing and pushing different things. But we know the real deal. And because we have an understanding of what they've been doing forever and a day with different teams, like they did with the Chiefs, like they did with the Cowboys. I mean, come on. Let's keep it 100, right? We know what they've been doing with sports in general. So let them do what they do. And what we have to do is let everybody know we have all these teams in the W. They got to play against somebody at the end of the day. It's not just one team is not going to be able to carry the whole W for themselves. No. The other teams come with it because you got to play against somebody. So let them have it. This is not for the play. This is not against the players. You know what I'm saying? This is just the politics in it. This is just what they do. It's to be expected, but don't get it twisted. BD, they can do whatever they want, put everything on Front Street, put these people high up, do whatever they want to do. But I keep telling you guys, and I'm a firm believer, the last gonna be first, and the first gonna be last. Watch. When I say history repeat itself, when we fight together, we win together, and that's what we having to keep doing, right? So we're in a win-win situation, even though we have to go through the trials and tribulations or whatever. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's definitely that. I know you know, because you be going over that stuff on your thing and you be breaking it down and stuff too, BD. But sometimes you gotta mess around and let them know because some people forget. We're aware and we're human, so we're entitled to respond. That's why they put it out there. They put it out there for a response. You know what I'm saying? It's how your actions respond to the situation, not how you feel. You can feel about it a certain way, but when you start putting in them actions like, hey, I'm gonna fight for this team, I'm gonna talk about this team, I'm gonna talk about that team, I'm gonna talk about Seattle, I'm gonna talk about this team. What can they do? Nothing. You could twist the numbers, you could put the numbers like this, you could do all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's more than one team. Um that part, Miss D. More aces, more liberty, more dream. Yeah, I it was manufactured, BD, because the Aces and the Mercury should have had the most game spots. Yeah, I know, but guess what, guys? It's okay. It's okay. Let them have it. We're not going to take that from our season. We're going to continue to fight what's right. We're going to continue to watch the games. We're going to continue to say whatever we want to say when it's coming towards the injustice, the disrespect, when it comes to the league, and that because they're not going to stop. When you think you can't be touched and you're bigger than the program, these are the stunts you keep repeating until you mess around and find out. That's what it is. Let them keep doing it because they keep messing around and find out, and they still doing it because they think they can. They think they can't be touched. But everybody, at some point in their life, if you ever think you're bigger than the program, you better watch out because what you have today could be gone tomorrow, and you could have all. You could be the billionaire, millionaire, trillionaire, and it'd be gone the next day. And you like, what happened? It's going to be a great season, regardless of the politics. Yeah, BD, I believe it's going to be a great season because look, we're not dumb, we're smart, we're very intelligent people in this world, in this chat, and on these YouTube channels. We know what's going on, right? And so when you in the loot and you know this is repetition, you know what they're going to try to come against every time. They're not going to stop, right? But what we're going to do as as content creators, having social platforms, whatever the case may be, we're going to continue to have our voice. Our voices deserve to be heard. We're going to continue to have these platforms to speak out on certain things. We as Black people must stop hanging our hats on CP3 words. We need to debunk CP3 words by speaking unbiased truth about players and games and start repeating CP3 biased comments. It will die out. Yeah, well, you know what, Bree Minor? We hope it would die out, but when you done there are so many uncle aunties, Uncle Tommys, uncle cousin brothers, nieces, nephews out there. And when you become a part of that, this is what you do. When you become a part of somebody's toilet paper, this is what you do. You want to go up against what you already know who are the most powerful people. You want to try to continue to break them down. And not power because we think we all that. Power because we had to fight for every single thing that we have, and we continue to fight after fight after fight to where they use us in where they want to use us in certain areas. Hey, oh, this is going on, vote this. Hey, this is going on, do this. Hey, this is going on, do this. Always want us to come out and say something because they know that our words carry power, and they know when we fight together, we win together. This is what they know. So to continue to cause division, this is like race against race against other races. It's just all the time. And it's always going to play a role in different areas of life, whether it's sports, your own life, you know what I'm saying, or your own feel of what you believe in and what you vote for and stuff. This is their whole main agenda all the time. She will said, great season, great hoops. Yes, yes. Yes, BD, she will. It is gonna be great season. It is gonna be great hoops. I'm curious to see certain players how they gonna do, like Flage on Seattle, how Raven's gonna do, how Tanaya's gonna do, how Cody. Let me tell you, Misters, y'all got a good one. Y'all got a good one. Not only Cody, they got Lauren. They got Lauren Betts over there too. Am I right? Am I putting Lauren Betts on the right team? Cause I might be putting Lauren Betts on the wrong team. No, I'm not. I'm putting Lauren Betts on the right team. I'm just picturing that Mystic team, man. They got Mick over there. They got Kiki. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be something else. BD. They already got that thing set up. And we'll have to wait and see, but they already got it set up for who they want to get that already. Ladies just going to put it on the floor and let the game speak for itself. Just watch them cook. Let's go, WNBA. Yes. Felicia, I gotta watch the Fever. Look, it depends all on what you want to do, because that's the way. That's what's so crazy about this thing, Felicia, is that all of our players are on different. A lot of our dogs are on different teams. Like my Skyla, Skyla, Rakia, and Milla. Hold on. I keep saying that when I stop at Miller, I keep saying that. The same. I just got this feeling about Miller. But to see our baddies on the sky, see Raven Johnson, and it's another young lady up there with Raven that she's doing videos with. We'll get to see that, and it just depends on how you feel about which games, but we just want to be able to support we just want to be able to support our players and to see how they play. And as much as we watched that game, because we want to make sure Raven's okay and all that, we make sure we watch these other games too. Make sure we are on it this year to watch the game, since they want to get a dream 28 games, that's televised. I'll make sure that we get to watch all those games. And with the other teams, with the Storms, with Toronto, we got a lot of teams, guys, that we got to be watching for. So we want to make sure that we're up on watching, since they want to include all the ratings and all that great stuff. Bree Minor said, I'm gonna be honest with you, ADP. I'm watching the Aces games on television. However, the Liberty is hard to watch sometimes. It's okay, Bree Minor. It's okay. I'm not saying you have to watch every game for every time they play, but just by you being a part of some of the games will make a difference. Okay? Because I'm going to be calling the games that you least expected, that people be like, oh no, we don't feel like Portland sometimes or whatever. I'm going to be doing those games and stuff sometimes. It's okay. You do what you feel like, long as you playing a part. Because definitely my double A teams, Atlanta and the Aces, baby, I'm going to be watching, because we have our all drink Barbie over there. We have the GOAT and Ken Dog. I am so excited for Kennedy Carter. Man, it is gonna be awesome. Y'all know ADP cry with Hallmark shows, man. I probably cry when Angel hit the floor because she's found a home. I probably cry when Kennedy hit the floor. It be that deep because if far as being women and stuff like that, we've been told to stay inside those boxes. We've been told that we're an angry black woman or too emotional, this, that, and the third. But when most people wouldn't be able to survive, male or female, some of the things that these women have been through. And so, with that being said, I'm going to have my tissue, baby. I'm going to have my tissue and be rooting for my players at the same time. Felicia says, I hope so. Let's pray ATL brings her in. That would be dope. With the real coach that would be who we dreamed that could be punt intended. We'll see because, guys, look, we still don't have Tina Charles signed. We still don't have T. Cloud signed. Who else do we not have signed yet? But I believe so. I believe that what in the world, hockey stick? What are you doing, Mookie Mookie? Oh, you got it. Be careful because it could have got over your little feet. But I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, we're gonna at the end of the day, we're gonna see what happens. Nobody hating on your Liberty, BD. He just Bree Minor just say come watch it sometime. They're hard to watch, and you know, just ask Bree Minor why. You know what I'm saying? Why is it hard to watch? He'll probably tell you. We're gonna cook the league if we stay healthy. The Liberty. BD, look, this is why I got to be in on all the games, BD, because I want to see how the Liberty do. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, guys. I know some of you may not see this coming, but I'm just gonna say for some reason this is what I feel at the moment. Why I feel like Miller going to the Lynx? Am I on the end? Am I dreaming? I just feel like the Lynx could use Miller. But anyways, she's with the Sky right now. We'll see what happens. But Felicia, Donna said, Felicia, watch him. We'll see the real Fever stand up or be man down for all this hype. TikTok, they own the clock. Okay, Donna, I see you. I am a sports enthusiastic. I watch all sports, including the Liberty. Okay, Bree, CBD. See, you asked not, you have not. All you had to do is ask Bree Minor. Bree Minor would have said this. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it, Bree Minor. The Spurs were hard to watch too. 5 rings later, though, people don't call them boring. Okay, BD. Big Girl said Aces, Atlanta, Sun, and Wings. Oh, those your teams you're gonna be watching? Okay, Big Girl. ADP, maybe Miller going somewhere. I do believe. I know, Donna. See, we be cooking. People be thinking we be, and She Wiz, look, and Big Girl, they be thinking we be tripping, but man, we just be watching those receipts, right? Hey, Political Leo, how are you? What's up, fam? Never forget our queens. Yes, we can never forget our queens. Felicia said Angel has her own basketball court to practice, and she has a video describing it. Oh yeah, yeah. Angel, look, Felicia, we know Angel got all her stuff, and just to see her also in training, Felicia, man, and a cot. I just love it. I just love it. And you know what Angel and a cot remind me of is Miller and Raven, Miss D. Now, when Angel starts speaking in Kenyan, don't be saying nothing, guys. Don't be saying nothing, because I'm gonna be Googling. because I definitely have to Google when I type stuff in Portuguese. I have to go back and look at it because I only know when I say I only know a little. I only know a little of Portuguese. Portuguese has a little twist to it, but a lot of it is kind of like the some of the Spanish words. They're kind of like that, but they also have that little twist to it as well. So yeah, I had look. My students were pre-K, and their parents they helped me speak a little bit or whatever. But I don't know, like if somebody's talking to me in a full conversation, I gotta go learn. I gotta go study. So we're gonna see. But yeah, okay, yeah. So we probably gonna see that. I just love but I do, like I said, the teams are going to have to market themselves, but they're actually starting to do that because they understand the assignment as well. You know what I'm saying? They see the writings on the walls. That's why you got the Atlanta Dream, the Connecticut Suns, and I mean, we're seeing posts after posts on Threads and IG, TikTok. The teams are posting because if you look up at it, the teams are dropping this from their area. Then you see everybody taking note at it and constantly posting it on social media. This is what they're gonna have to continue to do this day forward, like more of it. They're gonna have to market their teams. They're gonna have to market themselves. The more they market, the more attention they will draw, and people will draw to those teams. And yes, the teams are built with great players, but they also will market it just because of the way the organization carries itself. Period. That makes a difference too with people watching with these organizations. I also said they will trade Miller after they brought in another center. Felicia, I listen. But we don't know what we talking about, Felicia. We in La La Land. You know what I'm saying? We see the receipts. We see they dropping right in front of our face. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, the same with. That's why I said, listen. When it's time for, she's going to be well taken care of, and she's going to go to a great team when it's time for her to. Because if you see how it went for Tspoon, Kennedy, Angel, Ty Young. You see how it went. Some things didn't happen right when we wanted them to, but they happened. They still came and they happened. Political Lil said these teams are going to be more market sensitive, even with the player brands. Yes, Political Lil. They're gonna have to be, and they're starting to. So I'm proud of. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing that they're finally politically understanding the assignment. You could have. Everybody could have been twinning, and not saying they don't have. The teams don't have great marketing teams or whatever, but they gotta jump on it. They gotta jump on it to stop to change the narratives and to change the story. They got to move in silence, and they got to do what they got to do to promote and to do whatever they got to do for their teams. This is what's going to draw fans. This is what's going to draw players. This is what's going to draw news outlets. All of it plays a part. Your players' personality, what you do for your team, how you speak on your team. The Dream laid that foundation out on what a presser should look like when you have players joining your team. If you already have it, 35. If not, cost $39.99 might be as well $40 this upcoming year. I just told ADP that something. Sky has Megan Nestor. She's a double. They will trade Miller after All-Star. And yeah, big girl. Let me tell y'all something about big girl Keisha and Tony. Man, them LSU people, them Louisiana people, they be serious. They be on it like popcorn. Oh yeah. Political Lil said, Donna, the WNBA app done went up. Money. Look, They tried to look. We said pay the players. They said, okay, we got you. You gonna have to come out of pocket. I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start a ADP go sports fund because man, between the tickets and the shows and the apps and everything else, man, we look. I need to know it all. BD Sports and Spurs have been boring since Iceman retired. Now y'all want to trade Miller? It's not about trading Miller on BD. The writing's on the wall. It's not about that. It's about what we've been seeing. And, that's why I say you gotta, this is deeper than just wanting Miller to go somewhere to be who Miller. I mean, Miller is doing her thing, but last year was full of so much emotion, and I do not want to watch anybody have to go through what Angel and Camilla went through last year. They didn't hide it from us. They didn't sugarcoat it. They treated they didn't do them right. Them girls was breaking down. They was going through their emotions, and they still went out there and played, whether it was their best game or not. This is when I have to run it back to BD mental health and what, mental health, and also that the mental health, the players' game, what they go through in life. We as fans just want the best for our players. And if the best means protecting their mental health, then I'm all down for it. Oh, I'm sorry, BD. Okay. BD, why you let me go through all that I have a dream speech? I can't. BD be trolling guys, and but that's good because then I can talk my junk, right? I can keep it real, right? So, BD, I saw your thumbnail. I think that's your beautiful wife up there, or whoever. I saw that. I was like, oh, look at BD. But yeah. So I just don't want to see anybody else go through that, and I definitely don't want to see Miller go through that. It's good that she has some vets around her now, and that she has people for right now there with her. But you also got to remember there's a lot of sheep and wolf clothing still on that team. And she's still a part of that Tspoon family. Political Lil said, hey, Rita Boo Boo. Hey, Rita Milky Way. Sorry. Political Lil said, being abused in any job situation can damage your mental health for years to come. I know, political. That's why people be like, oh, when they say these players need to get over and just play ball, you can't get over something like what De'Erica Hamby went through. You can't just get over that. You can't expect no player to just get over trauma. It's what it's called. It's trauma. Oh, that was you. Look, girl, look. Not my chat trying to move fast on me. Or either I'm just a grandma sleepyhead. Yes, the Chicago sky is a garden full of snakes. Right. You said it. That's exactly right. Political Lil. But yeah. So we just want the players protected because see now we have more of our black women over there. So we watching and we want the best. That's why when we say we can't say players, we knew it, guys. We knew coming in, players are going to be moved around. We knew that they're going to go to some teams we may not care too much for. But for me, that's why I said I'm going to have to roll with Gummy on this. I know I'll be cracking jokes with Gummy Bear Broclot when he be talking about all the teams, but I'm going to have to go with 100 teams this year, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to do that because they have all our players all around. And it's gonna be hard not to do that. Hostile work environments are in fact illegal. I know political, and they still be trying to you know what I'm saying, they still be doing it just to see how much they can do to try, you know what I'm saying, and see how much they can get away with it. But now I'm gonna say this: the baddies that's on that cloud organization, they're a different type of breed. They're a different type of breed. Whether you like Rakia, whether you appreciate Skylar, whatever, I like those players. I'm gonna respect those players. I'm gonna watch those players. Already know my top dogs is my angel Camilla Ken. Mick is doing Mick over there. Look on the Mystics. Just different players everywhere. It's like I gotta write my list down. And then I'm gonna have to write my list down, and then I'm gonna have to write my adoption list down and see how it goes. Because this season is gonna be something else. Sports get away with the most. I know. Woo! I know political. I see. Look, when I used to watch, I used to be a Bulls fan, but I used to watch a lot of NFL football. And let me tell you something. I said, okay, and I'm gonna get back to the subject, guys. But I was like, political Leo. I was like, is it just me, or every time certain players retire, so shenanigans be going on in these games, these championship games? Is it just me when they announce stuff like that the full attention goes on them? They can get away with everything, and I won't ever forget that Panthers game when that certain quarterback was retiring. I'll never forget that man's face during that time. He was so happy about being in the Super Bowl. And then when it came, you saw a different face. He was different. And I said, no. Not somebody that's been playing good game all this time gonna come around and slip up in the Super Bowl just like that. No. Miss me with that. I'm just saying from my perspective and what I see, and not just that, it's a lot. You can go back to Grant Hill. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just saying it is. It's a lot. The Sky have put together a markable big three because it's going to take all three of those complementary brands to match the symbolism of Reese brand in Chicago. And then political also, they got them, but they don't realize what they got. These is not those put up, shut up type of women. You got Rakia from Detroit. You got Skylar. Woo! You got Skylar. Skylar loves to play basketball. Win or lose, she's going to go out there and she's going to play basketball. She's not going to be a pretend player. She's not going to be a player that play around. She is passionate about basketball. Now, I don't know how many times that little finger going to roll up in the air like that this season, but it's just a different mixture that they got over there. It's coming off as a tribal. Oh, that's what Reddit said. I work with normal organizations all the way to hostile work environment. I am an expert dealing with those organizations. Bree Minor. I bet you could write a book. I'm talking about one of them thick ones like, Harry Potter. I bet you could write a good book on that. Yeah, that's true. But political list said, yeah, that's true. But I'm sure they have got Jeff with the understanding he worked to partner with those three for the jump. I could see that. Yeah, that too. Political live, you know. But they understand. The difference is if they were players coming in blindsided, but they know. And when you're doing these negotiations and you want what's best for you and your family and stuff like that, and you do what you got to do, and you go into the lions den, you are fully aware of them lions, and you know what I'm saying. You know what you have to do. The same way they want to try to play chess and they don't win. That's the same way we got to come in there in them lions den and play that chess. You got to beat the man at his own game, especially when they especially you got to beat the man at his own game, especially when the man never changes the way he plays it. Um, did you hear a kid drop the charges? Yeah, Keisha and them talked about that. BD. Um, we just gonna have to continue to saying keep her in prayer, and we don't know, what I'm saying. We just got to keep her in prayer, and I'm quite sure she'll have protection around her and everything. I'm quite sure. I can write a book, baby. I know you could, Reba. That's why I said it'd be like one of them thick books like Harry Potter. Donna said, "Big girl, right? I'm unfortunately probably going to get smoked with no coach, Mr. Whisper. Hey." um, she dropped the charges. I think she wanted to move on. She probably got a good settlement. BD. Um, yeah, you never know in situations like that. You never know because there's a lot of emotions and feelings, and it's still fresh. So God got Rakia though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to make decisions that we be like, did I just do that? And what's best for our mental, what's best for our health and our life. Either way it go, because it's mixed with feelings too in those decisions. Um, Jeff wanted Rakia in the draft. He had already recruited both Diggins and the other guard. Yeah, yeah, political, Leo. But she look, but this time at this time he wanted her, but at this time, she on a whole different level. She you know, I think he gonna be surprised. He gonna mess around and find out. What you think, political? Um, Viewers and ratings drive the market. Yeah, that's why we gotta stay on it. We gotta stay on it. Political Lil said Rakia didn't drop the charges, the state did, and the NFL didn't want a trial. There we go, Brie Minor. You see, right. That's what I was hearing too from a reliable source saying that um they agreed on it, but yeah, she didn't have the final say with it. Oh, we know. We BD, we know. We already know what that meant. Political Lil said Pierce is a high value asset on the Falcons spreadsheet. The institution protects their assets. I know. I know. That's why I didn't even, what I'm saying? I left it alone. Just like I look at it, I see it pop on my threads. I didn't say too much because that's exactly, if you know how the NFL do, this is what they do it all the time. Like if you watch the stories with the players and all that stuff be going on with domestic violence, all that stuff, it's a pattern. So I just say we just continue to pray for Rakia because you're exactly right, political Lil. Who said do you think Okai is ready to start ADP? She's gonna have to because Bree Jones is not in it. Until we know if they're gonna get it like a T Cloud or a Tina Charles or whatever, we'll have to wait out and see. But Belinda, I do believe she's gonna wind up having to start or be switched out or whatever the case may be. Um, is she ready? We don't know because different different atmospheres have you react different. I'm gonna say that. So like Miss D was saying, she broke it down about Okot, and Okot had some things to work on, and stuff like that. And She's gonna make rookie mistakes, but like like Duvall was saying, go ahead and let her do that to get those rookie mistakes out the way. And I believe that too. Go ahead and let her go ahead and play, so that she can get some of that, off of her. Not too much pressure on her. But the way that training looking, sometimes it be like the confidence, the thing about an Angel Reese on your team is that she is going to get the best out of you just by encouraging you. Just by you heard Okot say, Belinda Okot was saying that Angel was like, did she need anything? You got a new one? Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Oh snap. Yeah, my son prom is Saturday, and so his coat was a little, like a little tight, like a little suit band. So he got a bigger one because he got them shoulders. Look, he's six. Kind of, what are you, 6'1"? So yeah. But anyways, yeah, I think because she was like, Angel was like, do you need anything? Are you okay? Just having that, do you know what that means for a player, especially a player that's not that is from a different country, feels safe and protected and anything she need. And if you ever, like, I've had friends from Kenya, I've had friends from Nigeria. They love their families. They love their families, and they don't play. Angel playing big sister Medina to make her comfortable. That is so sweet, right, Miss D? I love it. Oh my gosh, like, and then Miss D, I don't know if y'all seen the clip where they was doing the inspirational quotes for their social medias, where the Dream had each player to do it. Okay, had each player to do it. Mumu, do you want a treat? Okay. I was gonna tell you to pick up Mumu a treat, but we'll see. I think I got some hidden eggs somewhere. But okay. Um we've seen how, what I'm saying, like Angel is like when they did the thing, Belinda, when they did it, and Angel Ocott was talking in Kenyan too, and Angel was like saying something to say hi to the people overseas in Kenya. It was just so cute. Those are the moments. I like those moments. I said next thing you know, Angel is gonna be talking. She's gonna be talking like she's gonna understand the Kenyan language. She's gonna be talking with Okai, and we're gonna be like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? That's why I say don't ever pick on people, even with us. Don't ever pick on learning different languages, because it's not as easy. Ooh, it's not easy. Yes, ADP. And Angel, I said, hold on. Oh gosh, this thing is going fast. Hold on, guys. If I didn't get your comment, I'm gonna run it back. Okay, Reddit said, oh, hold on. Oh, Political Lil said, they claiming he has a mental issue. He about bipolar, needs some meds. He going into intervention program. Oh, okay. They talking about a player. Okay. Reddit said, yeah, all you can do is pray. I'm not about to speculate. Oh, you talking about that Kia? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's all we can do, Reddit. Angel always looking out for South Carolina players. That's why I don't understand why some South Carolina players still don't like her. Well, you got to remember, her and Raven Johnson go way back. Way back. You got to remember, these young ladies played in different games and stuff when they were younger as well. So her and Raven have always been connected, and she's always been supportive of Raven, Felicia too. Oh yeah, she said okay. Oh, she did read it. That's what she said. Love Kenya. Okay, because I know she was a cop was saying stuff, and then she was like, she said something like Angel Reese said hi or something. It was just a cute moment. It was just a cute moment. She calls the Sex Sisters. Okay. I hope they can get Tina Charles. She'd be a great teacher for Olcott. That's what we waiting on, political Leo. We waiting to see what's gonna happen. And a lot of people are saying it's a holdout for us what Tina Charles may want to be paid. We'll have to see if that's the case. We gotta see if Tina Charles wants to retire. Because guys, let me tell you, I don't know if it works that way in the W. I have to look at the salaries, but my boy Mike, he not no more Steelers with Mike anymore. Okay, guys, he's retired from that, and he's gonna be a sports analyst. Okay, and do you know, guys, if you're not aware, they make more money doing that than they do on the NFL contract. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah. I knew you were referring to the fans. They take that ride way too far. Those jokers be having 8 hour spaces bashing Angel. Sorry for the typos. It's okay. Huh? Hold on, guys. When it cools down, I'll take you out there. So we don't get ate up and I gotta put your spray on, okay? Okay. Yes, Red, it makes sense. That is called hostile work environment. Oh, Belinda's talking to the chat. Okay. ADP, is ADP is so many working dynamics involved with dealing with workplace domestic abuse. You do not have to work for the same company. Things overlap. I know, reminder. And then you have states that they you could go to work. I don't know how you say it, reminder, but you could go to work and work all day and they'll say we'll let you go that same day. I don't know what's that called. We also deal with that type of stuff too. We also deal with they don't want us to speak out, and in that time I taught for 12 and a half years. You have different bosses coming in there, and this one particular boss is crazy dealing with that corporate side, how they could do whatever they want, they could take the money, they could do all this kind of stuff, but they aim more for the people that work for them than they do the actual people. And you're up against so many trials and tribulations when you face these people in the workplace that think they can talk to you and treat you any kind of way. There has been many times where ADP could have lost her job, but you weren't going to treat me any kind of way and you were not going to talk to me any kind of way. That's just not me. Especially, guys, after my baby went to heaven. Oh, I was like, miss me with that. Them 10 chances you get, you may have got one and a half. So you couldn't come to me whether I work for you or not. You couldn't come to me any kind of way. I'm the same respect. I'm talking to you with respect, but you're not gonna come and disrespect me. And that's what they do. And they pride on that. I don't know what it is, guys. They will keep doing it and doing it and doing it until you speak up and say something. And when you say something, you could either be like, what I'm saying, finding you somewhere else to work, or you're supposed to be threatened, or they'll threaten you, what I'm saying, with your job or something like that. It's just that had that in my particular situation, I had that good God's favor. When I say I had it, I still got it. I still got it. And even with that, you face challenges, and you're gonna face people to try to tell you what they can pay you, what they try to tell you what you worth. I had one boss say, "Oh, this the most that anybody's ever got paid, and this the most I can pay you." I messed around and said, "You don't put no limits on what God can give me." I did. I messed around and said it that day. But this is the type of stuff that they do, Bree Minor, in these work environments where they aim at you, they belittle you, or they try to come against you, or they try to come against the people that don't have the voices that you have, that you're speaking up for as well. It's just a rotation of it, keep going on and on. Um, Bree Minor said we're hoping for Tina Charles to do a retirement this year. At at will, same day dismissal or terminating after shift completion. Yeah, Felicia, I've seen a lot of like when I was teaching, some of the they did some of my coworkers like that or whatever. Um, you didn't see it coming. Some of them didn't see it coming, and that's what they would do. And it's just sad they do stuff like that too, and they play you. And if you from a different country, I've seen it where they try to what I'm saying, make you feel like you're little, make you feel like you're different, or try to make you do things that you don't want to do, or tolerate what they do to you. No, you don't have to tolerate nothing from nobody, but they use those type of schemes and shenanigans. And then the moment you defend yourself, you're an angry black woman, ADP. Right, right, right. You're right. Because I was in a room, and I got tired. This day I got tired because I don't believe in rumors. I believe I'm gonna talk to you first before I tell anybody else. And I'm not gonna be going around no family tree saying the same thing to people. I'm very, very like real. If I say something to you, I'm saying it to you. I'm not going around letting everybody talk about it for it to become a rumor, right? And so it was something about it always got to start from the head, um about my pay or something, or just talk in general. The boss was doing this, so I called a meeting with my boss. And at this time, she was the boss. She only lasted a year and a half, because of the behind the scenes stuff they be doing. And so, and different colors, yeah. And so she had to mess around and really find out that day. And it just so happened that the people, because I worked at a private school, pre-K school. It just so happened that all the people that were a part of this organization was in the next room, and I didn't even know they were in the next room. But I let her know that what I come to her and talk about, it should not go around in that job workplace. I'm telling my boss this. It should stay between me and them. And I said, that's when I have a problem, when it's going around. I'm like, and people are telling me, because they close with me and they know I don't bother nobody. And I'm like, what in the world? And I said, okay. I said, so I called a meeting. She said what she had to say. She said she ain't do this and she ain't do that. I said, no, it's repeated. You said it. And then she like, okay, she said it. So she's talking that rah stuff. And I'm saying exactly, that's what you don't do, especially if you're in a professional setting. What I tell you is supposed to be confidential. When you let that out, there's a problem, you know? And so just so happened everybody was listening next door. I wound up leaving, walked out the job, wound up leaving. I had the people from the corporate area to call me and say, it's okay, just take the day off. Because she was like, well, if you can't calm down, you can just take the rest of the day off. I said, you think I didn't take the rest of the day off? I took the rest of the day off, and I went to attend. Yes, I did, Riddick. I went to attend. I said what I had to say. And the organization that called me, they was like, just take the day off, take a breather, and come back tomorrow. I came back tomorrow. Here go the enemy again. But she learned then. She was like, I thought you weren't coming back. I never told you I wasn't coming back. I just let you know how I felt. So when you have that type of backing and they know what's going on, even though you don't know when people's listening, because I didn't even know they was in the next room. I was just keeping it real that you don't do that. That's a violation. You go in there and you talk to someone about something, and then, the job know, everybody, no, you don't do that. And yes, then when you lash out, they call you the angry black woman. No, that's the only time you will see ADP go to a 10 is when it comes to my children And when it comes to my character and the people that I love, my family, my friends, all the teachers, I love those teachers. Even though we had different walks of life, even though we didn't agree on stuff, you just can't come in there treating people any kind of way. But that's what they list us as when we speak out. That's what they call us, really. Right. It was so crazy because they can't, when you come at them like that, they don't know how to take it. They don't, when you come full fledged, they like, what in the world did I just touch? Because they're so used to thinking they can talk and treat people any kind of way. So when you come off, like, that's what I tell people, don't get the heart of me loving people, being genuine and being real twisted. I have a side, because I used to ask God, well, God, why you put me, I got to be in this battle. I don't feel like I'm no giddy in this trial. You know what I'm saying? But as I grew, I understood what it was all about. And at that time, really, I didn't have nothing else. I'm not going to say I didn't have so many other things to lose. But when that happened with my baby, I was like, girl, I was like, forget this. I'm going full force. That getting over on me or whatever, or trying to play me, it's over. It's definitely over. So, and that's not for everybody. Everybody can't or haven't got to that point to speak up against being mistreated. You know what I'm saying? Because we all come from different walks of life. It took me a while. I had to grow up and stop allowing people to do that. So it's a process that you grow into. Um, Really, they always want you to be humble and abuse and not speak up for yourself. Right, politically, they do not like it. They do not want you to. They think they could throw threats. They think they can threaten you. But when you get to that point where it's other jobs out there, and because they try to use those scare tactics, they do it all the time in the real world. With that's why we always seeing more of the negative media than we see the positive media, or we see half of the story than everything, is because they feed off of that. This is what they want to do. And at some point, in your life, you gonna say something. You be like, oh my gosh, did I just do that? You be like, look, be all in the car, getting yourself down, and kudos, because you like, man, you know. ADP, I can already tell you not to be messed with. The nicest people be the last person to mess with, for real. Really, listen, guys. When I tell you, um, I done came a long way. I done came a long way. As my daughter's father, he'll tell you. He changed his number because we were having a back and forth discussion or whatever and stuff like that, and saying something a little different, and I'm like, okay, I got you. You see that motorcycle out there? You ain't gonna have it no more. I mean, I'm that type of person. That I was that type of person. That Joker changed his number and his job and everything. But we cool. We cool, guys. We cool now. Aries and Cancers, they don't work out. Okay, we good. I can't imagine losing a child. I know it's a day by day situation, but just know I pray for you, the chat, and everyone on the panel all the time. Yeah, really, it is guys, it's a lifetime of grief that a mother won't ever get over. And it has its moments and it has its days or whatever. And it just made me stronger on protecting the people I love and the children. I have a great passion for children. One day I'm gonna sit down and tell you guys the full story where I had one parent was like this, and then I have a father over here. He stacked. He stacked. Just a different type of breed, but he stacked. Now won't for anything. Don't retire. Don't play about his money. But he's different. It's different with him. Coming from with me in a different place than he is, right? Just all kind of great stuff in there. It's a lot. It's a lot. But when it comes to that type of thing, Riddick, yes, baby. Why? Why? Well, turn your light on. There you go. That's better. You better? Okay. No, I'm gonna move that, turn his light on. But yeah, Riddick, that is something that is deep, and the story of it all happening, guys. Like it happened so fast. It's and I'll talk about it one day, the breakdown of everything, and my parents and stuff like that. One day, just because you never know who's been through it or who's going through that type of testimony. But really, after that, I went back. It took me a minute. I took off. I went back to teaching. I was already spoiling the students. But then I just spoiled them more, and I was more protective of all of them, whether they were in my class or not. Um, and just people in general. So that's how you see me speaking out more for people. That's how you see me not playing when people say certain things in the chat. That's why you see me up here talking about the women vets and mental health and stuff like that, because you don't know what to call it when you're going through stuff. But when I say it couldn't took nobody else but God, Riddick, I mean that with my chest out. He was the only one. You will have people that come and they will encourage you and do all that great stuff, but it's all about when those lights are out, and to still be here and to be able to accomplish these things, and speak up for you guys or speak up for others. It is a blessing. It's definitely, how people say your calling is different, and you just never know. Well, let me tell you guys something. Cheerful givers, the people that if you needed a shirt, guys, I would give it to you. If you needed something to eat, whatever the case may be, there were teachers that I was working with. They didn't have the money. And hey, yeah, I was in school. When I got that school money, you had it, I had. There were people making more than me, guys, that just needed someone to just be there and just listen. That's why when my cousin them called me from upstate, I just listen. Everybody don't need a response. They just want someone to listen. I listen. If they ask me something, then I respond. Other than that, I'm not in their peace. I'm not in their truth. I'm not in their conversations. So yes, really, thank you so much for continuing to pray for me, chat. Thank you for continue to come in this chat. And that's why I take mental health so serious, because you don't know what it's called when you're going through certain things. We have different names, like I'll say overthinking or overwhelmed. No, you're going through something. It's okay, but you don't realize it until you actually go through it. And everybody is going through something, whether they talk about it in this chat, or whether they talk about it to me. We all are going through something, but some things are personal. You know what I'm saying? And if God didn't tell you to release it, don't release it. And it's personal. So, being that I'm able to come and be a part of this, community with KSAP, even KSAP figured out, people study you too, like you be studying them. And I was just like so shocked and so surprised. Like when I tell you K-Stop is a real one, guys, he is a real one. Him and Miss D, I have posted that story, and that was the first time I did it without busting into tears. And him and Miss D said they was like they couldn't watch the whole thing because it was that that serious and that emotional, right? And when people, that's what I say. When people understand the person, they respect you more. So whatever you produce, whether it's your artwork, whether it's your podcast, whatever it is, they'll roll with you. People love genuine people. Because you don't always get that. And genuine is what. That's why I say I don't do that two-faced. I don't do that drama. I don't do that talking about people behind their back. Real is real. I'm gonna talk to you first. I'm gonna be like, hey, I've had conversations with plenty of bosses. One boss, she was like, she had been there for a while. She was like, if I know she called me to a meeting, I know I'm in trouble. She would laugh about it, right? But most of the time it wasn't even about me, guys. It was protecting other people. So this is why sports became a part of my therapy. Art was already a part of my therapy, but sports, when I started watching Angel Reese at LSU, that's when it brought me, when she came to the W. I followed her to the W. I ran across Case because I needed people that were talking about Angel Reese and about her going to the Chicago. I needed to know I wasn't the only one that loved this game of basketball, bringing it back. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different this time. So that was a part of my therapy, and that was a part of me allowing me to post that story about Caden Bear, right? And so that's why I take passion in the women history. I take passion in them speaking out. I take passion in if they're going through something, because we either have been through it ourselves, or we either have children or family members that are still going through it. So that's why I get up here. I make sure you guys get the history. And in between that history, ADP, she may have a little story to go along with it, or I get up here and I still have my little overwhelming days that, okay, did I do enough, God, today? Did I, because sometimes we think we might not be doing enough. And I have those little moments. God said, girl, you enough. I got you. We be talking like that. We be having conversations like that. And I know people like to get into religion, but I love the fact I have a relationship with God, and I can talk to him and come up here and be able to talk to you guys. I don't care what walks of life you're dealing with. I don't care. It's not my personal thing to tell you what to believe in. That's on you, what you believe in. What I'm here for is to encourage you guys to not give up, to keep going. You can do anything you put your mind to. I love the sport. I love to talk about who we are as people. And I just love the uplift. That's why you see me all in that chat. I talk my little junk too, but you see me all in that chat, representing, taking up for people and talking junk. And guys, say if all of you guys was in a group of room, y'all be like, why is ADP quiet? Why is she not talking? I'm observing. I'm an observer. So the first time I meet you guys, I'll be probably in a room shocked and very quiet because I'm observing. Because 9 times out of 10, when you listen to people and you talk to people, you get an idea of who they are or what they're about. Hey, Nicole. Okay, enough of that, guys. Okay, no more tissue. Well, no, you can have tissue if you want to. I just want you guys to have a great Friday, because we're going through stuff in our families around the world. I'm constantly crying tears for our troops and stuff, and stuff like that. Even with that, I have to not watch that so much because I've had members, friends and members that have been overseas, and their stories are totally different. I've seen footage. I've seen a lot of things. So my heart is there, but sometimes I have to take a break from those kind of things. But Bree Minor said, ADP, thank you for sharing your story. You would never get over it, but it would allow you to move forward day by day. Right. And just by like the Reddicks, you guys, the Donnas, the big girls, the Felicias, the Miss D's, the Bree Minors, the Nicoles, everybody, you never know. You never know what a person going through till they tell you. But thank you so much for Reddit to bring that out, because I do have my days, but I still have, my kids that I have to raise and stuff like that. And it's like you're living when you go through traumas like that. You're living, but you're not living. You get my drift. And that was me at one point. I was living, but not living, where I was still making sure my kids was taken care of, still, doing whatever I had to do. But in the meantime, I was still going through hell and back. And, but I was able to, continue to take it day by day and move forward because I had God with me. So yeah, that's why I don't judge people, Bree Minor. Do your thing, be you, or whatever, just know that when you come over here, this is the safe place. This is the nurturing corner. This is ADP, or whatever. And at the same time, fight for yourself too. Now we're gonna fight for each other. Now you got to do that too. Cause I had to be like, girl, you nice and everything, but you better get together. They gonna run everything over you. That's why I had to. That's why I be like, guys in life, when you get to that point, somebody coming at you, say something. Because the minute you say something, they're gonna respect you more, and do it with the truth. Put it out there. The more truth you let somebody know when they coming at you, the more they're gonna respect you. They don't have to like you, but they will respect you. I promise you. Um, or whatever. So yeah, that's ADP. Thank you, Riddick. I really appreciate that. Thank you, chat, for listening to me. I hope this helped someone today. You could be dealing with something totally different, and just know that you are special. You are great. No matter what nobody tell you. Because sometimes the people around you, and sometimes the people closest to you, know what you're gonna become, and they don't like you to see you rise. And sometimes you're gonna have to get them little scissors and play cut, cut, cut. I had to do it. I was in the wilderness season. I had to cut some people, and a lot of people I didn't want to cut. I be trying to hold on to keep people. No, no, no. If you get on the phone with people, or you get in the live and your spirit don't feel right, or that you're not able to be heard, and they're taking the conversation, or when you point out to them, here they go. Well, yeah, well, this is that happened to me, and this is what I did. This is what I did. I'm not you. We in different stages of life. We might go through some of the similarities, but I didn't ask you all that. I just came so you can listen. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. But yes, make sure you come back. Make sure you come back and pay attention to women's history, guys. If you I'm on IG, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Threads. If you have something that you want me to go over, far as the vets or women's sports, or the women in sports dealing with their mental health, dealing with their game, that 1930s thing that AC Chi-Town sent to me, it was good for today. Anything that you see, because a lot of our vets are analysts now, not just Tspoon now, but I just wanted to bring Tspoon and Ty Young up from being a part of this cloud team that everybody that they tried to come up against, they messed around and found out these ain't the ones you're going to mess with, or these are the ones you're not going to stop what they're going to continue to do. And so, true, it's just best to listen to people, to let them get their feelings out. Yes, it is, Miss D. It is sometimes, yeah, because look, girl, I'll be like, it throws you off. You be like in your process, like, man, let me go on and get back in my corner, because I can't even get my story out because it's you. No. Listen, 9 times out of 10, you know how many lives you can save by just listening to somebody? Just listening, especially when people hold it in. You'd be surprised. But yeah, you're right, Miss D. So yes, we're gonna have a great season. We already know there are gonna be shenanigans. They didn't waste no time with the shenanigans, but we're gonna root for all the teams. They keep trying to wash away with all the teams and just keep one. No, we're gonna go for all the teams. And some teams you may not watch, but if there's different ways if you choose to support certain players. Too, you can also support the players by buying their merch, get on their websites, and buy certain things. You could do it that way too. Yeah, lots of feelings. You'd be surprised. BD, listen. You know why? Like my kids' fathers, they respect me, and because I listen. I listen. And you'd be surprised what the males will um, do. Once they trust you and you listen, it all comes out and you get to understand them more. And that's what makes your relationships great as well. Even if it don't work out, you still have that relationship. Because when I tell you my oldest son, when my Canaan Bear went to heaven, it was like that was his twin baby. Guys, man, he went all out. He was out of town and he hurried up and got back. And guess what? My son has two older brothers. He called their mama to get to the hospital because he couldn't get there because he was out of state working. That's what teamwork is about. That's what you do when you open up your heart to listen to your companions, to listen to the people around you, to listen to your children, regardless of whether you want to hear it or not. Are they gonna go out there and do their thing? Are they gonna get in their teen years and be talking back and doing all this stuff? Oh yeah, they do. They do. Oh my gosh, gray hairs. But it is what it is. ADP always listening to my foolishness. No, big girl. Big girl. I do always listen to it, but it's not foolishness, baby girl. It's not foolishness. And she'll guys, when I'm listening, she'll say, ADP, you still there? You still there? I'll be like, yeah, girl, I'm just here listening. I'm still here. I'm just listening. So, and I'll be like, now, if she asks me a question, yeah, but if that's all she needs me to do, guys, that's all I do. Right, just existing, Belinda, So, yeah, so it's not foolishness. I listen. Because the same way people listen to me, I'm supposed to listen to others. And it's just for you to get it out. A boiled up heart, a boiled up mind is bound to burst. And when it bursts, sometimes it don't come out good. That's why you got to get it out and have those people to listen. Yes, BD, it does, BD. And that doesn't mean you're not hardcore or nothing like that. Let me tell you, I don't mess with no puppies. I have Rottweilers and pits coming to my life. I don't, it balances out where you got the nurturing and you got the and you got the hardcore. I don't want nobody soft, but I don't deal with soft people like that. I like especially when it comes to the males. You gotta love God. You gotta have respect for women, period, and you gotta have respect for what comes with that woman. In the same way that man gives me respect, it's the same way I give him respect because he respects me as a queen. That's how I do things. And they could work out and they can not. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Y'all put up with me, so I dig it. Yeah, because BD, we come from all walks of life. And sometimes people, it depends on how people explain certain things. It hits different. It hits different when different people explain it. And then you be like, now I see, or whatever. And she wins. She wins. I would get you. Yeah, it takes courage to speak up. You okay, babe?
I was going playground.
You have to wait till it cool down. It's 100 degrees out there. Look, we will not be able to see the light, Caroline. We go out there, we're gonna fall out. No matter how much water you get. Wait till it cool down, okay? And I'll take you out there.
I want to get our playground.
Okay, we'll go like maybe 6. Is that okay? Oh, we'll see. I'll see if some shade over there because Kason changed with the weather too. Man, those allergies and stuff, and he doesn't like taking liquid. So, Claritin and stuff, I usually have to take him to like, what you call it? I forgot the name of that. It's not a clinic. Dang, I can't think of the name of it. It's a special place. I have to take him, whatever, and they'll give him a shot. They'll give him a shot or whatever and stuff. That's why, and we have a lot of like pollen here, so I gotta be careful when I take him out to the playground or whatever. Yeah, it takes courage to speak up, and she was always call me the preacher ADP girl. Look, I don't know what it is. She whiz, but he be having me do something, and when I talk like this, she whiz, it's somebody that's going through something either in the chat or they're out there listening, and I come off of here and be all these people that viewed this channel. It's somebody that needed to hear this today when I go like that. And when I saw what Riddick wrote, Riddick, you know how people you be picking people up. Riddick got that discernment too. Yes, baby. Okay, but you're gonna have to wait, baby. You're gonna have to wait. You still look. I got you. I got your back. When it cool down, we going out there. But we're not falling out for the sun. But yes, preacher the counselor ADP she with. Yes, guys, but yes, guys, have a great day. I want you to enjoy your Friday. Yeah, he want to go to the playground, but Miss D, it is almost 100 degrees over here. We're gonna fall out. We will not see the light, Caroline, and no water is gonna save us out there. So he gonna have to wait like till now. It's almost 4, so I'll probably try to do it around 5 o'clock. See how it is out there then. But other than that, Kason, I don't want to have to take Kason to nobody emergency room. And I'm actually doing better about that type of stuff too, guys, because that when trauma happens, you be making sure you're protecting your other children too. And so since Kason was on the apnea monitor, before I just be like making sure I don't go for every single little thing that or whatever. So I've learned how to do with his allergies and with his breathing and stuff like that. But guys, happy Friday. Don't forget to we are gonna be cooking tonight. We're gonna be I'm gonna be joining Keisha and Tony. I think Miss D, you coming up, I believe. We're going to be cooking tonight at 10 p.m. It's going to be an all ladies panel. What's up? What's up? We're going to have a good time tonight. And I'm glad I didn't watch the whole I seen clips, but I didn't watch the whole thing with Angel. So we'll be talking about all that stuff. And it's going to be great. So make sure you guys check us out tonight when we go live. And because it's going to be great. Yeah, Felicia, this is probably one you don't want to miss because we don't get to do. Sorry, guys. Thank you, baby. We don't get to do the all women's panel that often. Oh yeah, we don't get to do it often. So this is probably one. If you could stay up, thank you, baby, because I know you be working hard during the week, Felicia. So. If you could stay up, it'd be great. And you can watch it on. If you fall asleep, it's okay to look. We got them playback buttons. But thank you guys. I know you and Big Girl really. Big Girl be loving that when we had an all women's panel. So yeah, that's gonna be tonight. She already has the thumbnail up for that tonight. She was talking about it on the show with Duvall. It is going to be tonight because tonight is the 24th, right? Yeah, we're going to be doing that. And so you guys will get to see that, and you get to see everybody's perspective. Yeah, I don't. I gotta see if we because we're on different time zones, so. Like Elle be telling me, and I keep forgetting to do that. She's like, ADP, when you go live, let me know. And I can come up there sometimes, and I keep, she's like 3 hours before me, so I keep having to like try to remind myself about that. But I'm hoping she's coming. I forgot what Keisha said on the live last night, but I'm quite sure she'll probably be if she's not busy. If she's not busy, Elle will be up there. So we're going to see, and we're going to hope she be up there so we can just have one big, great, happy women's panel. Y'all know me. I'm going to be in the corner, be kind of quiet. And then when they ask me, I'm going to talk. Because, I still get a little shy every now and then. So, yeah. Thank you, chat. Y'all having enjoy the rest of your day. No, thank you, ADP. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, she got a bridal shower. That's what she said. Okay, okay. So it'll probably be Keisha, Tony, me, Miss D. Wait a minute. How many is that? Is there why do I think it's five of us? That's four. And there may be some other people. I don't know yet. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know those are people so far. But yeah. Okay, well, enjoy the rest of y'all Friday. I'm gonna tell you move to the playground at 5 o'clock, guys. So I'll be huffing and puffing tonight and act like I can't breathe because my water coming out my eyes. Y'all just know I sacrifice for my baby. But okay. Thank you. I love you guys. I will see you on the next one. We're gonna run it back to some more vets. I'll take it back as far as I can. Like today was 1930. I'll see what we got in between there for women's sports and compare it to some stuff. But we got preseason games coming up, so we got a lot of stuff we'll be able to come up and talk about. I probably do one D block a week or two. I don't know. But my schedule is going to be kind of crazy because we have senior stuff coming up with my oldest son. So I will let you guys know. All right. I will catch you on the next one, guys. Peace out.